The 2023-24 school year has begun, as we all know, and right along with it, the radical agendas of the left continue to infiltrate our schools and challenge parental rights and a host of other things. And of course, the Family Research Council is on the front line of these and so many other issues, but we're fighting to empower parents and at the same time to protect our kids. But we need your help. And so I'm going to ask you if you would take just a real quick moment and take our Protect Students survey and share your thoughts on how you believe the LGBT ideology is impacting our schools and impacting our children as well as parents and across the board. And we want to help policymakers as well as parents push back. We want to give some effective tools to do so. And so this survey is going to help us kind of fine tune that method. So to take the survey, just simply text the word survey to 67742. Survey, S-U-R-V-E-Y, to 67742, or you can visit our website, frc.org/student survey. All right. After the COVID-19 pandemic prompted many schools to switch to remote learning and mandatory masking and all that sort of stuff, parents with children in public education were able to witness in person just how short-sighted and destructive those policies were and how they were hurting children. And out of that came movements like Moms for Liberty. They came about in 2021. And that organization, Moms for Liberty, has expanded to include hundreds of chapters across almost every state across the country. And that growth, quite frankly, has been upset by the morally bankrupt Southern Poverty Law Center, which targeted this group in its annual Year in Hate and Extremist report that came out this past June. Well, I think we all know that probably the most dangerous thing anyone can do is upset a mama bear or mess with a mama bear. And hopefully that's a lesson that the SPLC is about to learn. But joining me now to discuss this is Tiffany Justice. She's a former school board member and the co-founder of Moms for Liberty. Tiffany, welcome back to Washington Watch. Great to have you.
Thank you for having me on today. I really appreciate it.
Well, it's our honor in every way. You know, I should note that the SPLC has had a long, shaky, we'll put it that way, relationship with the Family Research Council. We've been on their hate list along with a lot of other respected conservative groups for a long, long time. So you're in good company, but I know it's upsetting. We've all been through this. So I want to give you an opportunity to set the record straight. So let's begin with just your response to the claims that have been made by the SPLC in their report as it relates to Moms for Liberty.
It's just absurd. It was shocking to see the anti-government extremist designation put on us. I've shared, I called my daughter to let her know that it had been done because I wanted her to make her aware of it. I know the Family Research Council has been, hurt by the designation in many ways and had, this incited someone to action in a way that was very scary. And so when I called her and told her, she looked it up online and she said, "Mom, they put you next to the United Skinhead Nation." And so that's just the level of ridiculousness. The idea that Moms for Liberty is an anti-government extremist organization is ridiculous. As I said, we endorsed in over 500 school board races in 2022 and helped get 275 people elected to office. 76% of those people had never run for office before. And so it's a whole new group of people running and serving in elected office. And I can't think of anything really that America needs more than that right now. So it's upsetting, though. There's no doubt.
It is, and there's no doubt that this has an impact on Moms for Liberty. It has a negative impact, and I'm sure you've experienced that to some extent across the various chapters in the states where you're represented.
We have. I mean, there's no doubt any article that's written about us, the designation is mentioned normally in the first few paragraphs. That's intentional. The SPLC has done this in order to try to damage our organization, as they have done to many other organizations. And it's concerning. There is absolutely no doubt about it. It's also put a target on the back of every American mom and dad. And it's one more step, I think, to try to chill speech. You know, we saw the Biden administration working with the NSBA and the Department of Justice to weaponize the federal government, the premier law enforcement agency, the FBI, against parents, naming parents domestic terrorists for speaking out at school board meetings. I had the opportunity to testify in front of the Constitution and Limited Government Subcommittee because one of our moms was contacted by an FBI field office. These are things that Americans would never think would happen here in the United States.
Absolutely. All right, Tiffany, listen, we've only got about a minute. So real quickly, you're pushing back. Tell us what you're doing to push back against SPLC.
Well, we're pushing back by continuing to be joyful warriors around the country, continuing to look for good candidates to run for school boards, endorse those candidates. Our chapters are involved in their communities. They're unifying, educating, and empowering parents to defend their parental rights at all levels of government. You go to momsforliberty.org and check us out. There's a big map there. You can click on the map to start a chapter or to find a chapter near you. You're correct. We have 300 chapters now in 47 states. We just added Idaho with over 130,000 members. And we're exploring legal action because we believe that the SPLC should be held accountable as an organization that is trying to hurt the American people.
Absolutely. Well, we will be keeping a pulse on it, Tiffany, and know that you've got friends here at FRC. Tiffany Justice, Moms for Liberty, thank you for joining us on Washington Watch.
Thank you so much, sir.